Hi, how are you? Getting some eye primer and it won't come out of the tube. Oh, yay. I do have some. Yay. Okay, how are you today? It is cold here. I'm cold here sitting here in this t-shirt and pajama bottoms. But I'm thinking the lights might make me warm. I'm hoping because I'm a little chilly. Just putting on some eye primer real quick. Eye primer is different, obviously, than face primer because eyeshadow is a different product. Yes, that makes total sense. Okay, got that on. Let's get some of these over here in case I need to wipe my fingers because that is my ironing cloth. Okay, let's let that dry. Okay, so I thought we would talk today because it can make a huge difference. I would show you the difference between going small with your transition color and your crease color versus going bigger with your transition versus your crease color. It makes your eyes look bigger. I know everybody doesn't want to do it because they think it's too much. They think it's overwhelming. It's too much. But I'm going to show you the difference. So I thought we would stick with just some basic colors today. And so since palette 6 is still available, I'm just going to use palette 6 that runs from here to here. I took mine out of the palette because I was running out of room. So I've put all of my palettes except for palette 4, which is sitting here waiting for me to do that, in this little magnetic case that I got on Amazon. So it doesn't look the same, and I can't tell you the names of the colors all the time, but I thought they are gone. They are gone. Except palette 6 is here, palette 8 is here, and then the newly released Beloved palette 3 that has the molten eyeshadows in it. They start out as a powder, and as you apply them, they turn into a liquid. They're really super cool. And they're very bright colors well, they're not all very bright colors, but they're very metallic. It's just a way to level up your eye makeup. But today we're going to talk about just basic, because I want you to be comfortable with what we're doing, and I want you to be able to go out and imitate it and do it on your own. So on one side, I'm going to start with the transition shade. On this side, I'm going to start with the transition shade with my blending brush. This is the fluffy crease brush. This is the blending brush. See the difference in the size? Okay, this is also a stiffer brush than this. So I'm going to use this shade right here. Okay, that's in palette 6. It's the lightest brown. It's the medium brown. And it's an awesome transition shade in this palette. It's the best transition shade in this palette, if you ask me. Okay, so we're just going to start on the end here and circle it out and rainbow. And I'm going to go higher up on the brow bone. That's what I mean by bigger. Take up more real estate on your eye. Now, if you have hooded eyes, the way you would do this is just to keep the darker colors more toward. Hooded eye is this, where not much of your lid shows, okay? You would just keep the darker colors here and the brighter colors more here. You wouldn't go as far in as I'm going, but you could definitely still go higher up on the brow bone, okay? I used to, when I first started, I was afraid to have, I was just nervous. I used this one. And actually, when I really first started using Younique, where's that brush? This was the first brush I got. It came in my kit. This is what I would use as my transition shade. So I kept it very small. Just didn't know the difference between small and big transition shades. So I just keep applying. Okay. My bangs have gotten long enough again that that's gotten annoying. This is dorky, but that's annoying. See how high up I'm going? I don't start there. I start the deeper color here, okay, and keep it here. And then as I broaden it out, I blend it up. Always blend up. Start with where you want it the darkest and then work on blending up, because if you started right here and had a big drop of color right here, that would be difficult to manage. That would be difficult to fix, other than just starting again. Okay, so I start here, and then as I'm blending it out, I go up a little higher. Okay. See how high up the brown bone we went there? Almost to here. Almost to the brow here. Not quite there, but almost to the brow. Okay, so on this eye, hi Beverly, how are you? Wave and wave. Okay, so on this eye, I'm going to use the fluffy crease brush instead, and it's going to be smaller. Okay, the fluffy crease brush, same color, medium color in palette 6, that medium brown color. You can see that this doesn't feather out as much as the blending brush does. It's a stiffer brush and a smaller brush, so it doesn't blend out as much. So this is what I used to do. I used to think this was a great transition shade. I kept it small, kept it right in this area. But I learned more and started being less afraid to do more. Okay, do you see the difference already? Same color. Same basic principle, technique, just keeping it smaller, and I'm using a smaller brush. And I will blend it up just a little. Okay, do you already see the difference that that makes? It's kind of amazing. Okay, so now let's be bold and use the gold. Ha 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 ha. You could use the gold on the lid. You could use this calm on the lid. You can use this one on the lid. This one is stunning on the lid. But I'm just going to go ahead and use the gold. So we'll get some eye-popping light there. Okay. Use my liner shader brush and pick up that gold. And I'm going to tap it on. I know it's a brush and you're going to want to swipe. But if you tap it, you'll have less fallout, especially with a color that's glittery like this. I actually want to bring that medium brown down here just a little on both sides. Just a small bit. So you just pat it on and you'll have less fallout. One thing you can do is do your eyes first and then do your foundation first. I don't like to do that because I need foundation and concealer on the tops of my eyes because I have very thin skin and very dark blue veins and they show through. This color is going to pop the light. So again, making the eye look bigger, catching attention to the eye, and you'll be able to better compare. Blending brush, always go back with your blending brush and blend out that edge. I just added a little more of that medium brown to reinforce this color on the end. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's go use the gold on this eye. Palette 6 is such a pretty palette. It is by far my favorite. You can keep things very neutral. You can keep things livened up a little bit with light pinks, or you can really glam it up. It's just very versatile. So same thing, but we kept that transition shade smaller over here. You see that? Blending brush again. Okay, take a little bit of that medium brown, run it over here again, fluffy crease brush. Okay, all right, let's move on, and we're gonna go pretty dark. Let's do a highlight real quick. Let's do a highlight. So where we have room to highlight, we're going to highlight. There it is. And I'm gonna keep it, since I have glitter on the lid, I'm just going to highlight with a really light color, this calm one right here, okay? Now, if I keep the highlighter small and keep the transition shade bigger, so if I only highlight in the arch area and over, that's going to swoop the eye up because that's where the attention is. Okay. Then blend that in. Okay. But this is what I used to do. I used to highlight this whole area. And I have a lot of real estate to work with on my eye. My eye is nice and big. I have a nice big eye area to work with. Again, if you have hooded eyes like this, then just keep the darker colors on this part and the very light colors here. Okay. Blending brush. Blend that in. Okay, do you already still see the difference? This eye looks much more open and awake. There's more depth to it. Okay, all right, let's go in. We're going to use the dark brown because I want to use the maroon, but most of you would not want to use the maroon. Okay, so we'll use this one. We'll use the dark brown. We'll keep it nice and neutral because I'm just showing you a technique today. I'm not showing you actual colors. I'm just showing you a technique. So for this eye, I'm going to use a fluffy crease brush with that dark brown. And I'm going to make more of a 7 than a V. And I'm going to take it higher up. Get it really good right there. And I'm going to take it higher up here and let it be peeking over. Okay. Blend that out. Get some medium brown on there. Help blend that out. Okay, then I'm going to take the fluffy crease brush. This live could go horrifically wrong today. I'm just saying. I'm having one of those days. I was making an egg sandwich this morning and I dropped my piece of toast that had mayonnaise on it on the floor. And guess which side it landed on? The mayonnaise side, of course. Yes, the mayonnaise side. Of course that's what side it landed on. So I had a huge mess to clean up. Then I was just stirring my coffee, just stirring my creamer into my coffee. Spilled it. What the heck? How do you spill your coffee just stirring your creamer in? I don't get it. Okay, so now I'm going to go with the crease brush. I'm going to use that same dark brown and I'm going to intensify it here in a smaller area. So we went from blending brush in the transition shade, okay, to fluffy crease brush with the first layer of darkness to the crease brush now for the second layer of the darker color. And I am keeping a tighter V, but I keep my eye open because I want it to peek up over. Okay, so blend that out. Blend, blend, blend. When in doubt, just blend it out. Oh, y'all, my hair. I think I'm going to go back to trying a trick in addition to what I'm already doing that I did before that I thought wasn't working. But now that I'm not doing it, in addition to the other things that I'm doing, I think it is working. And it's crazy. You wouldn't believe me. I'm not going to tell you right here because you wouldn't believe me. But I think I'm going to add that back in because it's just getting really thin. Really thin. Okay, so now I'm just going to go in with the crease brush only. And make a V. I'm still letting it peek up. Still letting it peek up. Got a little more there than I would have liked. Given the way I'm imitating the way I used to do. Fluffy crease brush. Okay, now reinforce that a little more. But that was really more of a V than the 7. Yes? Did you see that? This one comes much more further over. Blend. Okay, so can you see, even without eyeliner and mascara, can you see the difference? This eye has more depth to it. It swoops up better. This eye seems to be more hooded, has the effect of looking more hooded. So don't be afraid to take up more acreage or space with your shadows on your eye. It's going to actually help open your eye up. So see the difference. We came up much higher here with the transition shade and the crease color. Here we kept everything nice and small. But what that actually does is it actually makes your eye look smaller rather than bigger. And it keeps it from swooping up like this one is. This one has a swooped up effect. This one has a down effect. It looks like I have hooded eyes and I don't have hooded eyes. Okay, so let's apply. Let's apply some eyeliner. I might need my little mirror for this. And I probably should have sharpened this, but we're going to keep it soft anyway. I'm going to smooth it out. I'm just using Proper and the pencil. Proper's the brown, the darker brown in the pencil. Then I'm going to take my liner shader brush and smudge that out. I just like the look that this gives. Okay, my eye. Okay, and then tight line with it. And when I tight line, I'm not just doing the waterline, I'm getting it up into the base of those lashes. It's going to make your lashes look longer. So let's go on this side. Definitely need to sharpen this pencil. And I'm keeping that top line also very close to the base of my lashes. Smudge it out with a liner brush. And then tight line. So when I go back and look at the pictures when I first started with Younique, I can tell that this is what I was doing. I was keeping things very small in a very contained area. Just didn't quite have the confidence to go way out of bounds. And your eyes just don't look as big that way. Again, if you have hooded eyes, you can do the same thing. You're just going to keep it more to this side. You're not going to go in as far. You're going to keep this area nice, light, and bright. Okay, mascara, and we're done. You'll see the difference for reals. I'm going to use Epic 4D today because it's the best. It's the best. So this is the one with the fibers in it. They're built in. This is already denting my hair to do this, but oh well. So they do not fall out on your face, ever. They're built into the formula. You're not even going to see them. But they are Y-shaped so that they interlock and make your lashes longer and more volumized than any of our other mascaras. This is when you want the full shabam, this is the mascara for you. It's also buildable, so you can just keep adding layers. So the first layer I add is over the whole lash. And the best trick is to blink your eyes, no matter what mascara you're using. Blink your eyes through the wand. That way they get in between the bristles of your wand and you get more product on. This is just my favorite little lash comb. I use it not to separate so much, although it does look like it's separating them more. What it's doing is pulling that product even just a little bit further up that lash to get a little extra length burst. Okay, I'm going to go back and I dinked right there just a little bit. You just leave it alone. You can come back and get it in a little bit. This time I'm just going to hit the tops. Forgot what I was doing there for a second. Okay, I'm going to put more product on just the tips. Some people like to only do it on the outside lashes so you get a swooping effect, a butterfly effect. I like to do it all over. Okay, then I'm going to redip and I'm going to go bottom to top again. Yikes, I'm going to make a mess with that. I know I will. I've also heard several times that the trick to not dinking your mascara onto your makeup is to look down. That hasn't worked really well for me. I don't know if I'm not doing it right, but it seems to make it worse. Just maybe I don't know how to do it right. Sorry, you need a drink of water. Lash comb. So making just a few little changes in your eyeshadow application can really make a difference. And it seems like you're va-va-vooming it. I know it does. I know it feels like you're really going overboard with the makeup and you doing more than you really are comfortable with. You're just taking up more space, and taking up that more space, look at that. Isn't that, it's just amazing what it does. Okay, this eye. And I'm going to make a mess if I don't get that. I think we jinxed the possible snowfall on Thursday because we talked about it. Now, this morning, all of a sudden, it's only going to get down to 37 on the night that we're supposed to get all the rain, which would be Thursday night. So we may have jinxed it. But it's exciting in Houston when you might get snow. Doesn't happen very often. In fact, this week it has felt like spring outside. Okay? It's been crazy. I mean, there have been beautiful days, but it's the beginning of February. I'd like it to be cold. At least chilly. Okay. These lashes are longer than these lashes. These lashes are in a recycle. That's what happens. You just keep using your lash serum and your Epic Twisted, and they will continue to grow back and be longer and stronger. Okay, now just the tips. These are usually my worst lashes, but the curly Q lashes over here problem has been helped tremendously by adding the lash primer back into my daily routine. The lash primer has vitamin E. I do not know the mechanism by which that's making those better, but it is. It also is kind of like hair gel for your lashes, like hair gel for your hair, but it's for your lashes. But I'm not doing anything different except using it. So see, these lashes are awesome right now. These lashes, we're still working on them, growing them back out. I do have a little place right there where they're not even. Okay. One last coat. So see, now that we have lashes on, you can see really the difference. You should always wait till you finish your liner and your mascara to judge your eye look. Don't forget to say hi when you hop on so I can talk to you. I would love to talk to you. Got one little problem there. Okay, let's take this goofy thing out, and my hair has been dented now, but that's okay. Okay, bottom lashes, then let's compare. Oh, hi, Ginger. How are you, friend? Long time no see. I hearted. Okay, so just for completeness purposes, let's throw on some lip gloss, and then let's really compare the difference. And if you just tuned in, I'll show you what I did that's making it look so different. I've never used, we don't sell these anymore, sorry, but it's what I have. Yes, mine is lazy except for this. Oh, that's red. Wow. That's really red. I've never used this one before. That's probably more red than I'm comfortable with, but it's what I had. So let's fix that where it got a little thick. Okay, I don't usually do red. Thought that would be a little pinker. Okay, so what's different about my eyes? The difference is taking up more real estate on your eyes with your transition shade and your crease shade. So I used palette 6, and I used this medium brown, except on this side I applied it here, circles and rainbows, with this brush. Got it bigger, farther up the brow bone. Sorry, goof these up somehow. And you know what? We're living with it. We're moving on. Okay, so, but on this side, I used this fluffy crease brush to do the same thing with this medium brown. It's the same exact colors, okay? But I didn't go up high on the brow bone. I kept it small, okay? Then on this side, I used the fluffy crease brush initially lightly with this dark, not that one, this dark brown from palette 6, okay? Then blended that out. Then I went in with the crease brush and darkened it up just right in a small corner. On this eye, I only used the crease brush. Sorry, wrong palette. Wrong finger too, sorry. I used it and I kept it small and I blended it out. And I put this gold on my lid on both eyes. So both eyes have the same pop on the lid. And I used this gold and I use this Calm on the highlight, okay? The difference is the highlighter, the darker colors don't come up as high on this eye. So the highlighter dominates, which makes this gather a lot of attention. So I look like I have a hooded eye now when I don't have hooded eyes. By keeping the dark going higher with the darker shades and the highlighter just in the arch of that brow, I made it really small, and so the eye looks here, and so everything looks swooped up, everything looks deeper, everything just looks better, in my opinion. So keeping it small is actually making your eye look smaller. Going bigger, even though it seems scary, I know, is actually what's making your eye look bigger. Does that make sense? So I hope you learned something today. I hope you'll be willing to try to go a little higher with your darker colors and not be so intimidated by them, because they do help to form your eye, if you will. Okay? So I hope you learned something. Bye, Ginger. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you learned something. That's my point at being here. So I wanted to compare. I wanted to contrast and compare. Got it? Okay. Y'all have a great Saturday. I'm going to go watch the TV. Hulu, Prime, I don't know. Uverse, I don't know. HBO Max, who knows? Whatever I can find that I'm going to watch. Y'all have a great Saturday. Thanks for watching. Bye.